Saturday, the 29th of April, we're on the Turffontein standside track for a blockbuster race meeting, the WSB Championships finale, featuring the Champions Challenge, sponsored by World Sports Betting, and the Johnson Workwear Computer Form Sprint Grade 1, and a host of Grade 2 and Grade 3 races. And I'm very pleased to be joined on the line by none other than JJ Van Vuuren, who sends out a nice team of runners. Morning, JJ. How's it going?
Good yourself, Graham.
Preparations gone well?
To the most part, yes.
Okay, we'll find out which ones haven't gone that well. But we start in race 4 with the World Sports Betting SA Phillies Nursery Grade 2 over 1,160 metres. It's the first leg of a carryover pick 6, 1 million rand being added to the pool. We're expecting it to reach 7 million. Now, Johan, you are represented here by number 11, So Seductive, completely unexposed, this 2-year-old daughter reversing Gedrick. She's beautifully bred, being out of that very fast mare, My Funny Valentine. Ran 4th on debut, but open to huge improvement. And Keegan DeMello is a significant jockey booking. What are you expecting?
We had a first time out, we ran a very, very underdone. I definitely think she's going to be better over the 1,200. And not my normal style to rush them back, but she took that first run very well. She came out of it feeling fresh, and just mentally it looked like she learned a lot from the first run. So not something I like doing, what I'm doing here, but then we ended up getting a big draw, and she's doing exceptionally well at home. I don't know if it might be a bit early for her, but in time she's going to be a very, very smart filly, and I think Keegan's going to suit her because she's got that, not that Craig didn't, they're similar riders. He's got those soft hands, and I think these 2-year-olds, there's generally a lot of speed early in race, and if we can just track 1 or 2, it's a 2-3 lengths behind, and she's going to run on. And I definitely won't be surprised if she runs out the money, and obviously if they go too hard. But I think with the weather changes and things like that, hot and cold, I don't think that I actually know what's going on. So yeah, something to consider, but she's feeling fantastic. She's literally jumping out of her skin. I think that's also to do with being in season. But, she's a smart filly. If things don't go according to plan on Saturday, definitely something to watch for the future. But I'll almost be slightly disappointed if I can't get it like a 5th or 6th roundabout there, That would be like my worst expectation.
Okay, so there you heard from Johan, So Seductive on an upward curve in a good space, will be running on, and one that I can tell you right off the bat, I'm certainly throwing into the first leg of the carryover pick 6, which looks very, very competitive. It's a tough renewal of the World Sports Betting SA Phillies Nursery, many with chances. Your next run is in race 6, the Johnson Workwear Computer Form Sprint over 1,000 metres. Now, JJ, you saddled 2 runners here, number 8, Karangatang, and number 12, Gobsmacked, both of which will race in the Verner's Silk. Again, Keegan DeMello rides number 12, Gobsmacked, and Liam Kotwe rides Karangatang. A quick word about your 2 runners?
Gobsmack's done well. She did a suspensory a couple of months ago, and we gave her some time off, and we brought her back here in a cracking race last time. Probably slightly underdone. Slight concern is second run after rest, and that's the main reason I pulled her back to 1,000, freshened her up. So she doesn't, or the second run after race affect us less. But she's doing really well at home. She's obviously super talented. I just think if I look at this field compared to the last couple of years running of this field, it's always been good horses here, but this year it just seems very competitive all round. So yeah, listen, she's a super talented filly, and I do think she's going to give them a good run for their money. Once again, we'll probably be just off them this time instead of going to the front because there's too much speed in this race. And once again, I'll be disappointed if I run out the money. And then Karangatang, I think, listen, he's a very fast horse and he's a very nice horse. He's just been harshly handicapped, I think, his last couple of runs. So I don't really have anywhere else to run him. But on his day, he's a very, very good horse. I won't leave him out of quartets, but I definitely prefer Gobsmacked over Karangatang.
Gobsmacked, the stable preference. Interesting that this year's renewal of the Johnson Workwear Computer Form Sprint features 4 top fillies. Number 9, Princess Keller is a filly, 10, Sheila, 11, Big Burn, and 12, Gobsmacked. Brings a lot of interest in the race. They all go against the favourite Master Archie, who won the race last year. But as you heard there from Johan, Gobsmacked, very talented and back to best. So let's hope for a big run from the daughter of Kirari. Then on to race 7.
Sorry to interrupt. Big Burn actually ran second last year. And this year she's priced up at 14 to 1. So it just shows you how competitive the race actually is. Some really, really smart horses in here.
Yeah, it's always a very nice race to watch. It's quite a spectacle and it's always competitive. And while Master Archie is a worthy favourite, there are many with chances and are alive in this year's Johnson's Workwear Computer Form Sprint. Now race 7, the World Sports Betting Premier's Champions Challenge, 2,000 metres. You saddled the Summer Cup winner number 1, Puerto Manzano's been priced up at 9-2. He's coming along slowly after back-to-back wins in November and January. A bit of a poor run first up, if I may say that, behind Under Your Spell, but then a better run behind Triple Fortune. Obviously, this race in mind. How's he doing coming into the race? Better.
Gavin Lorena actually worked him for me before the Summer Cup, and he told me before the Summer Cup he will never lose unless he had something unforeseen happen or not luck in running, which he was spot on. I mean, the horse did win. So Gavin's been working with me once a week. He pulled up a bit sore after the January win, and we had to back off him quite severely. First time back needed very, very badly. Last time, I expected him to go slightly better, but at the same time, it was a very, very slow run horse Chestnut. His horse comes from a little bit off the pace, and it was almost like a canter sprint, and it's just not what he enjoys nowadays, especially a second on after a race. So, yeah, when Gavin worked him for me on Wednesday, he was extremely happy with him. He said, very good work. He said he can't say he's as good as he was for the Summer Cup, but very, very close. So, listen, he's getting old. He's getting a couple of leg issues now, and there's a lot of wear and tear starting to show. He's a big, heavy horse. So, mainly I would watch him go down, but the draw, I think, is a massive help for us, because we're probably going to be sitting 4 or 5 lengths off them instead of 8 or 9 lengths off turning into the straight, which will make a big difference. I expect a very good run from him. I don't think it's over competitive if you look past 2 or 3 or 4 obvious ones. After that, it becomes almost like a top division. But yeah, I'm happy. His prep has gone good. Much happier than I was with him before his last run, if you want to put it like that.
And then Divine Odyssey, what you see is pretty much what you get. So I guess the only question I can ask you, is he in good order coming into the race?
Yeah, he's actually, funny enough, I said to the guys in the box yesterday, I don't want to sound like a fool, but out of all my runners on the day, he's carrying the best coat, he's carrying the best condition, he's in the best space. So, not thinking he can win a race like this at weight for 8, but I think funny enough, as a 3-year-old 5 years ago, he ran third in this race. So, yeah, listen, there's horses better than him, but he is doing really, really well within himself. So, looking at the minor money, he should be thereabouts, yeah.
Race 8 on the card is the World Sports Betting Camellia Stakes over 1,160 metres. You saddle the 4-year-old daughter of William Longsword, number 1, Bon Vivant. Again, you've got the services of Keegan DeMello. And pretty decent form, apart from the last run when she ran below par in the Senor Santa Stakes. But prior to that, her form was of the highest order.
Yeah, funny enough, when she won that last race, when she won 2 runs ago, penultimate start, she actually ran a smashing time. It was like a group performance, almost Group 1 performance, if you want to call it that. And funny enough, straight after the run, she went off very, very badly. She lost weight, and I'm not sure what went on. So once again, we gave her a break. I brought it back in a Senior Santa last time, unfortunately, from a low draw, and it's just one of those days where it didn't work out. We tried to get over from the draw, and she did too much coming off a layoff, and she just ran out of steam the last couple of hundred. Now, she is also doing better than her last start, but once again, similar scenario to Puerto Manzano. She's well, but just not as well as she was when she won a penultimate start. So, listen, on a day, she's a very, very good filly. This race, funny enough, even though there's 1 or 2 decent ones, I thought other years it could have been a bit stronger previous years. So I do, Keegan knows it very well. We'll probably try and give her a small chance early on and run at him.
So when I asked you at the top of the show whether all preparations had gone well, you said for the most part. So the 2 that perhaps haven't gone as well as the others would be Puerto Manzano and Bon Vivant. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, I maybe didn't say it right. Not that the preps haven't gone well. I just feel like I've had him better in the past. But Bon Vivant more so than Puerto Manzano. Puerto Manzano close to where we wanted him, like he was for the Summer Cup. Bon Vivant been struggling a little bit with with her over the last 2 months.
Race 9 is the World Sports Betting Gerald Rosenberg Stakes over 2,000 metres, and the favourite here, of course, is the SA Classic winner, Bless My Stars. You trained the 4-year-old daughter of Elusiford Sprinkles. She's certainly no slouch. She can run on her day. She was placed behind Rain in Holland in the Guineas as a 3-year-old. She was placed second behind Rain in Holland in the Phillies Classic, behind Rain in Holland, the race that obviously this year Bless My Stars won. She ran third in the Willavington behind Silver Darling. She's a top order filly, this Sprinkles. How's she doing coming into the race?
She's feeling very, very good. She's fresh and bright and full of energy. Me personally, she shows a bit of speed at home. Not speed at, you can call her a sprinter, but I'm not convinced she's going to stay proper 2,000 at Turffontein stand side. I think she'll probably beat over a mile, maybe like a 2,000 in Durban, with slightly easier running. Unfortunately, she was supposed to run yesterday, which I thought would have been a better race for her in a pinnacle plate, but we got stuck without a rider, and then having Gavin on for a big race, I thought we might as well take our chances. She's doing very well. I'm just not 100% sure that she stays a proper Turffontein stand side 2,000.
Okay, so we've been through your feature race runners. A quick word. The third race is the first leg of the Place Accumulator. It's a maiden plate over 1,600 metres. You've got the favourite here, number 1, Mo the Man, 3-year-old son of Royal Mo, 22-10. Good, consistent form coming into the race. Again, the services of Keegan DeMello from a good draw. You expecting him to win? Yeah, I do. He's had a good prep. He's coming from a really good form line. I pulled him back to a 1,400 last time, more to try and steal, if you want to call it that, the 40 grand RA bonus that was up. He's definitely not a 1,400 meter horse. He definitely wants a mile or maybe even 18 or a 2,000. Got a nice draw. This time around, we don't have to race off the fence. Last time we raced quite wide off the fence. So you're expecting a big run from him. He's doing really well at home. He's had a really good prep. He's a very sound horse. Got everything into him that I needed to get into him. So yeah, he's probably, even though it's a maiden, he's probably my best runner on the day. And then in race 1, you saddle 4 newcomers in the maiden juvenile plate. Number 7, Red Bomber with Gavin Lorena up. You've got number 1, an American in Venice, which is actually not a first-timer. You've also got number 5, Launch Code, which is a first-timer. And then number 12, a thing called Love, which is beautifully named. What are you expecting from your 2-year-olds? Anything exciting?
I would say my 2 first, the 2 with my main riders on, Gavin and Keegan, are the 2 better ones. Thing called Love, very, very smart filly. I would have maybe preferred 1,000 for a first up, but there weren't any at Turffontein. And then she got a nice big draw. And I'm happy to take my chances. And then Red Bomber, funny enough, he was a horse that was ready 2 months ago. He showed us really, really, really good work. And then he got very coltish over the last couple of weeks. I've done more work with him than I've done with most of my 2-year-olds. This is going to be the run that's going to decide whether I'm going to gold him or not. At times he showed us really good work. Not good enough to say you can put your head down and have a good punt, but good enough to say that he's going to run very, very close on some of his better work. And then the filly, thing called Love, if she doesn't overdo it the first part, she won't be far off Red Bomber. The other 2, not as good as the two main ones I just spoke about.
Johan, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us on our GTV preview show for this big race meeting at Turffontein on Saturday, the 29th of April. It is, of course, the WSB Championships finale. We look forward to a blockbuster day of great racing. Johan, thanks very much, and we hope you go well tomorrow.
Fabulous. Pleasure and good luck to all the punters.